Hi guys, I wasn't even planning on filming today, but my Anastasia Prism palette arrived. So I'm doing a first impression on the Prism palette. It's in this box right now. I did take it out and open it because my mum wanted to see what it looked like, but I haven't touched it, haven't swatched it, haven't done anything. So the palette's in here and I am just going to do a first impressions on this today. I don't know what kind of look I want to go for, but I'll just see how we roll. So mine came in this box, as all of my Anastasia products have. Mind you, I've only ordered two others, because the other one I bought at Sephora. Had the black paper, my invoice, and the palette wrapped up in bubble wrap. I also opened it to see if it was broken because I didn't want to film a video if it was broken, because I would have, like, you know, emailed them. The box is like this soft touch box. This is what it looks like. It is so pretty. The box for the self-made palette I just didn't give a damn about, but this, it almost feels like Elf or NARS packaging. Actually feels like NARS. The NARS one's a bit more rubbery than the Elf these days, but oh, and it's so nice. The gold, it's simple but it's effective. I really like it. So those of you who have been following me for a while know I love the self-made palette. And I wanted the Modern Renaissance, but at the same time, I just wasn't sure, like, if I would use it that much, because I don't use warm tones that much. And I wanted the Subculture palette, but when that came out, I just didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to spend that much money and risk it if I didn't get a good one. But when this came out, I just decided to buy it. So, black, it's like velvet suede. In one way, it feels amazing. In another way, it makes my skin crawl. Same print as the box, and yeah, a luxe holiday eyeshadow collection with 14 shades featuring universal neutrals and prismatic metallics. So just the same as the other Anastasia palettes, it's like slightly magnetized, a little film which I throw out, and yeah. I actually have kept the little sticker that's over the mirror in my self-made palette because it stops it from getting dirty. And it's nice and clean. My self-made palette is so filthy. Comes with the brush. I actually use these brushes. I quite like it. So I am happy that it came with a brush. Although this end is slightly different. The other one I have slightly different. This is a bit more dense and the fluffy side. I like this brush. I use the Anastasia ones all the time. The fluffy ends like this are actually really good for me to get a halo eye. I suck at halo eyes, but these fluffy ends are really good. So, or smudging lower lash lines. I use the one that came with my self-made palette all the time, so that's good. And here is the shades. Now, I have not actually seen I have not looked at any videos of people using this, which is odd. I just realized, but I actually haven't. I'm so excited to play with this. It comes with a matte black, which is good because the last palette has, the self-made one has like Spirit Rock, which is matte black with like purple glitter, and I don't think I've ever used that shade. But this one has a matte. So the colors in here that are matte is Obsidian, Lure, Sphere, which actually looks really cool, Saturn, Unity, Eden, and Parallel. So really, you can create a super neutral look. You can smoke it out with the Obsidian. You can make a really warm with Saturn. You can make a sort of cool tone with Lure, make it neutral-ish with Parallel. Like it looks really cool. And then your shimmery metallic colours are Lucid, which is here, Dimension, Pyramid, Throne, Sphinx, Osiris, and Eternal. The colour Eternal is like screaming at me right now, but also the colour Dimension is like... So, I am just going to start off like priming my eyes. I am going to use my MAC paint pot today because this is my favourite eye primer, and to give these eyeshadows a fair shot, I've decided to use this because lately I've been using my e.l.f. eye primer, which is still great, but this is like my most everyday primer. Yeah. It's just because I've used most of this. I am just resorting to my slightly cheaper options at the moment, but this is my most used eye primer. So now I don't know if Unity's going to be pale enough to use all over my lid, but I'm going to try it with this angled brush I have. I'm going to just take Unity and oh, okay, it's very, very yellow. So it sets nicely, it's just too yellow for me, so next time I can get away with it once I got my foundation and all that on, but I think next time I'll just use my face powder, except when I'm self-tan, when I'm like really tan, I think that'd be alright, because my foundation and stuff, it's mostly just to keep the pale shade on my brow bone, because I have trouble with like the placement of my eyeshadows and shit, but that colour went fine. And my neighbour's going to start drilling. Oh my god, or mowing his lawn or whatever the hell he's doing. So normally I would use my big round fluffy brush, but that's actually really filthy right now because I used it to put eyeshadow on a lipstick. So I've got another shape of it. I'm going to use this for a transition shade. And I'll take Eden and put that in my crease. Now I did not pick up much, my transition shade. I never try to pick up much. I would rather use it lightly. That colour is gorgeous though. I've got it a little bit on my outer corner, but I am focusing this more in my actual crease. I know my fringe might be in the way, but I'm so sick and tired of having to put it back for every single video that I do, so I am not putting my fringe back today. And I love it. If I was going to do real peachy eyes, I would probably use that and the peach colour from the Kat Von D palette, and that would be like the most perfect like peach eye, matte eye. That colour is really nice. It's actually making the green in my eyes look even brighter. I'm going to close my window because that's really annoying. I'm going to take this fluffy brush now. I just wiped some of my eyeshadow off, I think. No, okay. And I'm going to take Parallel, which is like a nice chocolate colour. Okay, so these eyeshadows are powdery. Oh, okay, that colour is beautiful. Like without me even having to blend it out. That colour is beautiful. This brush I'm just placing it in because this one doesn't blend products, but I can tell already I'm going to love this colour. And I barely tap my brush in the product and look how pigmented it is. Looking really nice. So I'm not actually going to go into Obsidian. I don't want to use black. So I'm just going to use a little bit more of this on just like a smaller brush and take it lower in my crease. I'm trying to decide what colour I want on my lid. I'm trying to decide between Lucid, Pyramid or Eternal. Oh, what colour do I might go with Eternal. I'll go with Eternal. I'm using the brush. This one. So that colour is absolutely amazing on its own, but I just want to see how metallic we can get it with Fix Plus. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Beautiful, it is beautiful. Oh my god. So I can see there is quite a bit of fallout, mostly from that Eternal shade, but I'm going to clean it up. Under my eye. There we go. Okay, so that is not as much fallout as I actually thought there would be. Definitely not as much as what the Subculture palette had. I am very impressed with this so far. I'm actually not going to do eyeliner, so I'm just going to actually very quickly go and do the rest of my face before I come back and finish off my eyes. My face makeup is done. And oh, I got the palette dirty already. It's the only thing I hate about these is they get so dirty. Now there is no actual brow bone highlight, so I just put my face powder on, and I'm just going to actually use a bit of my Mary Luminizer that I used. I just scratched my elbow on the drawer. So I'm just going to put this under my brow. Just to try it, I might try and put Lucid on my inner corner. God, it turns like green. It's like a duochrome. Okay, I'm not putting that on my lid because the green will go against that. So I'm just going to take my Kat Von D palette and this colour. Now for my lower lash line, where's my pencil brush? Yeah. I'm going to use my little pencil brush. I've got like several sizes of these. And I might actually use Satin on my lower lash line to give it a bit more of a warm look. Warm look, sorry. Oh, that colour is really nice. It's almost like Eternal in a matte shade. That colour is beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to get my other one. Where is it? Here. My other pencil brush and a little bit of Parallel. The dark chocolate brown. I have cat fur and everything. And put that just like on the outer corner. Awesome, that's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Now that I realise Lucid is not actually white, I am so tempted to use that on my lid. I should have used that on my lid today instead. I'm not going to do eyeliner, I'm just going to go apply mascara and lip colour and I'll be back. Okay, so I am actually back from my appointment. It was almost an hour ago I've been back. So yeah, this is the full final look I came up with today and I am in love with it. In real life, I don't know if you can see on camera, but in real life the copper almost has like a pink red reflect to it. Not a duochrome, it's sort of just like the chunks of glitter have like a red reflect and it looks so pretty. I absolutely love these colours. It's not too warm toned, but the copper colour is beautiful. So that was basically my first impression on the Prism palette. I think it is a great palette. Like, out of all the products I used, out of all the shadows I used, I think it worked very, very well. I am slightly disappointed that again it created such a hard pan on all the shadows. I am a little bit disappointed in Obsidian and Osiris and Throne, but I will have to actually use them on my eyes to see. And you guys know I use a lot of bases on my eyes anyway, the Maybelline Color Tattoos, so it's probably not going to be too bad. But right now I am really impressed with this. The colours I use, the matte shades in here are beautiful. I pretty much will use all of these at some point. And yes, so Do I think it's worth the money at the moment? Yes. The only thing I would change is probably the suede. I don't like the feeling of suede that much. It just makes me feel like my hands are really dry and it gets dirty really easy. Like I've only had this like 5 hours and you can see it's like fingerprint dirty already. But the design of it is beautiful. I love it. The mirror's nice. I keep the stickers on it because I can still see. I can still use the mirror. Still works fine. The brush I used, I don't know where it went, but I've got it. And yeah, I think at the moment it's totally worth my money. I will obviously be doing more looks with this, so keep an eye out for that. I have several videos that actually were pre-recorded before this, but when I received this morning, I thought I would use this. I was expecting it to be like a month to get here, and it only took me 6 days. I ordered it last Saturday, and it is Friday now, so I have it. And it came from the US. So very impressed with this. We'll be adding this to my collection. Love it. So that was my review on this Prism palette. My desk is an absolute mess right now. I need to go clean it up. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, leave them down below and keep an eye out for future videos using the palette. I hope it will sort of replace my self-made palette because I have hit pan on several shades in that because I love it so much. So yeah, it sucks that the Prism I'm pretty sure is limited edition because it's a holiday collection. So I don't know. It sucks that I only like the limited edition ones, but the next one, unless she brings out something else that's really, really good, I pretty much will order the Modern Renaissance palette next. It might be a year down the line, but the next Anastasia palette I want to buy is the Modern Renaissance. But yeah, check out the description box down below for all products and things I have used, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.